I'm just sitting here dancing away to that music. I like that music. Uh, hello to Sampy, Melinda Dobson, Teresa Jukowitz, hello. And hello to Mama Linda, I guess, because I don't see her having been in here. But Sampy did tell her hi, so I'm going to say hi, Mama Linda. We love you. You know that.
Melinda, Sampy, Teresa Jukowitz.
And yeah, I have on a very special shirt tonight. This is one I got several years ago. This place no longer exists here where we live. This was Battlefield Imaging, and it was where you could go and have your breast screening done for cancer, for breast cancer. And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And as a cancer survivor, I had endometrial uterine cancer, stage 3C. And I had to have the screenings, because mine was a hormone-related cancer. And so I had to have everything checked. So I do highly, highly suggest everybody get checked for breast cancer, men and women alike. Men can have breast cancer just as well as women can. We lost a very famous actress earlier this year due to breast cancer. She's been fighting it for several years, and that was Shannon Doherty from 90210 and or Beverly Hills 90210, excuse me, and Charm. So she died from breast cancer. Susie Jacobson, hello, my darling.
Susie!
So, cancer is not a respecter of persons. It does not, cancer doesn't care if you're male, female, child, or adult. Doesn't care if you're black, white, yellow, orange, purple, whatever. Cancer.
It is a disease.
Yes.
And it will hit anything biological.
Yes. And it is a case of, there are so many different types of cancer, whether it be hormonal cancer, like what I had, breast cancer, or lymphomas, or if it's not, you have like your non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you have your leukemia. I went to school with a boy who had leukemia as a young child. And so that was the first time I think in my life I had ever even heard of anything like that. So I'm just, I'm all about getting screened where you can get screened at. We lost the father of a dear friend of Piggy's to lung cancer. The year it was right after we got married. It was actually about 5 days after we got married. He passed away. Dana's dad passed away from lung cancer. Hello, Mama Linda.
I didn't know him all that well. But I knew how Mama Jody felt about him, and his daughter Dana felt about him. That's it, all I needed to know.
That's it. Hello there, Kathy Naylor. Welcome in, my darling.
Kathy!
And, so please, and I know that Susie Jacobson here in chat, she had esophageal cancer.
Yeah, she dealt with that here recently.
Yes, so, and I believe Mama Linda has had cancer, if I'm not mistaken.
I think she's had several bouts of cancer.
Yeah, so it's a case of so many people we know have been affected by the big C. And I'm not talking about that other one that we went through.
I'm talking about the little C joke.
Right. I'm not talking about that one.
About the legit big C.
Right. So many people. Mama said I had my 2 boobies taken care of a long time ago. Yep. So it's a case of, again, this is October. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, you got to take care of them girls.
And I'm to the point that, I try to be proactive on that. I just, for some reason.
Y'all know Elaine herself has been through it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You know, I've had my bout with cancer. Mine was hormone fed. Um, you know, I found out that my hormones, the estrogen in my system fed the cancer that I had. And so I was thinking about taking hormone replacements if possible. And I was told, no, you cannot, because if you take hormone replacements,
A friend of
it will
mine,
cause you to have cancer again.
a friend of mine, his wife, she's a friend of mine. She'd been going to school and graduated to become a pharmacist. So I knew I could trust her information, and so we went and asked her about it. You know, we told her what kind of cancer it was that Elaine had. We'd ask her about that supplement, and her animated response was very, very animated.
Right.
No.
Tracy says, I'm back. You're very welcome, Tracy.
It feeds off that stuff.
Yeah, you know, and so I'm different than my mom. My mom had to have a hysterectomy when she was 44, 45. The way it worked out is I think I was 44 and my mom was 45 when we had our hysterectomies. So we were right there around the same age. And my mom had a lot of the same issues that I had, only hers was not cancer. She just had a lot of female issues. Mine had metastasized into cancer. And it's simply a case of my mom could be on hormone replacement therapy for hers, and I couldn't. And so I have a lot of other issues because of that. But you know what? At least I'm alive. That's the main thing. At least I'm alive. Teresa says she's 4-time cancer survivor.
Wow. That's amazing, Teresa.
Yeah. Yeah, Kathy, I know I've heard of a lot of women who have breast cancer running in their families that are now undergoing pre-testing, and if they have the certain marker for that in their genes, they go ahead and have, you know, the mastectomy and have it taken care of that way, because that is, it's not 100% a cure-all for it, because you can still get the breast cancer even after having the mastectomy, but you are less likely to get the breast cancer if you have the mastectomy. So
we heard a lot of sad stories in that too. That
yeah,
people come up to Elaine and, you know, heard about their husbands having left them after they had to lose their breast to that cancer. You know, so I'm just going to say this for any men out there: if you question the marriage and the relationship based on a set of boobs or down below, I think you're a piece of trash.
Yeah.
And I'm being nice.
welcome in, Teresa. I got 2 Teresas in here tonight. Got Teresa and Teresa Jukowitz.
Teresa out there,
Yeah, tell her and we said hi. And Teresa Jukowitz says she has kidney gone, female parts gone, and 2 skin cancers. That's
wow.
a lot. Now, with kidneys, I have a cousin who was born with a lot of problems. They had to take out all but I can't remember how many it was, but when she was like 6 months old, they took out a lot of her intestines, and she has a scar running, you know, where they had to cut her open. And she only had 1 functioning kidney. Her other kidney, it was it worked, but it did not work great. Now it does not work at all, and her remaining kidney is on the downslide. But you know, she's 2 years older than me, and she's dealt with that all her life. You know, I feel for it, but you know that.
Well, you got to admit, a good portion of hers were self-induced.
Yeah.
He was a wild child.
Kathy said, oh, the friend went through chemo, life was online. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I did, on mine, I did 6 rounds of chemo. I did what they call 21-day cycle. I did my chemo, then 21 days later, I did my second one. 21 days later, I did my third one. And then in between my third one and my fourth one, I did my radiation treatment. And I had 28 days of radiation. And it was around Thanksgiving time. So it worked out to where I could do my half week the week of Thanksgiving. So I got my 3 days in that week that made out the 28 days, because it would go 5 days, 5 days, 5 days. Then, on that one week, it was 3 days. And then it worked out to where I finished out in about the second week of December or so. And my doctor gave me a break until after the new year. So I went back in January. Now, this was 2013, 2014. Went back in January 2014, had my 4th chemo treatment. 21 days later, I had my 5th treatment. Then 21 days after that, I had my 6th treatment. And then the next time I went to the doctor, I was told that I was cancer-free. And that was in March of 2014. So mine spanned for about almost a year. I went to the doctor in April of 2013 to have a colposcopy done, and had a real bad experience with that. In May,
Bunch of quacks up there.
yeah, I had problems and everything in May of 2013. June of 2013, I wound up going to the emergency room because of some severe pain in my side. I thought I had pulled a muscle or done something.
Yeah.
And
Folks, those people up in LJ, they were so incompetent that when Elaine had went in the shop, they wound up coming out to the parking lot to get me. They were running around like chickens with their head cut off, not knowing what to do. I took one look at Elaine, having been a few decades out of the Marine Corps and only ever having had battlefield first aid training. Took one look at her. I said, ladies, she's in shock. You can see the light bulbs going off in their heads.
Yeah, Melinda, I just saw that where you were talking to Linda. This is what you didn't understand was why they made the appointment with the surgeon before your biopsy. Yeah, they want to be prepared depending on what comes back from the biopsy. That way, if they have it already scheduled, it's easier to cancel an appointment if you don't need it than it is to get in when you do need it. And I found that out a lot of times. So yeah, that's probably why they did that. Okay, the piggy rub. Okay. The piggy rub is something I created to go with my back bite barbecue sauce. The barbecue sauce came first, and I wanted a seasoning or rub that I could put on the meat when I put it on the grill before putting the barbecue sauce on it. And I started experimenting, and I used some of the same ingredients that are in the barbecue sauce that is in the rub. And I will tell you the ingredients. I just don't tell how much of each I put in there. The ingredients are salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, and chili powder. I do make a version without the salt for those that prefer the salt-free. And it is just something that I, like I said, made it to go in conjunction with the barbecue sauce. However, and Piggy will tell you, I started using it on everything. I use it on beef, pork, chicken.
He uses it on popcorn, folks.
Seafood. I use it on vegetables, popcorn. I've even tried it on watermelon. It was good on watermelon. I put it in a drink, a mixed drink that I made for Mike's Fishing Home on one of my signature dishes.
And it was actually good.
And it was really good. It brought out the flavor of that drink very well. And
that's what the rub does. It brings out the natural flavor of whatever you put it on.
yeah. And I am so glad you're doing good from that, Miss Susan Jacobson. I truly am.
Yeah, we all let her know she weren't alone.
Yeah, so that's what the rub is. And like I said, I use it. It can be used in place of like taco seasoning, fajita seasoning, just depending on how much of it you use and the taste you're going for. I'm trying to think of what else I've used. I've used it for so much. I truly have.
It sounds like Avenue who really pour it on.
Yeah.
That is the rub they use on the meat they do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do charge $8 a bottle. It is a 3-ounce bottle. It's I don't have any made up right now. I've got some made up. I just don't have made up in the bottles. And the bottle is called a 3-ounce bottle, but it actually holds 2.3 ounces of the rub, and that is because I pack it in there, and it is air. It's got the seal on it. I make sure it is sealed once I make it. So and anybody that is interested in it can contact me via my email for this channel, or if we're friends on Facebook, you can contact me via Messenger. Either way. And but that is the rub. And like I said, I don't use it every single day, but it is one of my main seasoning go-tos, especially, like I said, if I'm doing beef, pork, or chicken. Especially those three, I like to use it on seafood when I can. And it is amazing, and I mean totally amazing on potatoes, and on asparagus and Brussels sprouts, and especially roasted vegetables. I love it on that. But yeah, that's the rub.
It is named for the piggy.
Yeah.
But the piggy did not make it.
Piggy named the rub. He called it the rub, all caps, THE, rub. And because there are so many rubs out there, I incorporated Piggy because Piggy named the rub. So it's Piggy's the rub. And everybody thinks it would be Piggy that made it, but it's me.
No, I'm not the genius behind that.
Yeah, Linda, it is great on vegetables. It is amazing on vegetables. Southwest Living with Val, welcome me in, hon.
Ah, I do it.
And but yeah, it is amazing on vegetables. I don't know of too many vegetables I haven't used it on. Like I said, I love it on potatoes, asparagus, Brussels sprouts. I've used it on carrots. I've used it in pasta salads. I've used it to season homemade pizzas. It's just, it is such a versatile rub. And it's not that you can taste the rub itself. It's the fact that it brings out the natural flavors of whatever you use it on. Yes, please. We love thumbs ups. Yeah, the chicken breast that I did in that video this past Thursday, I actually coated it in the rub because I wanted to have like a taco flavor for the meat. And so I coated both sides of it with the rub, and it had the salt in it, so I didn't have to worry about salting that. And just put it in the crock pot and let it cook. And the natural juices from the chicken is what cooked in there, and that was what kept the meat moist. And then I added the salsa verde to that, and it made it even a little bit more moist. But yeah, it's great on it.
Yeah, if you use it sparingly just to bring out the flavor of a food, you'll wonder where's the rub at in it when you eat it.
Yeah.
Well, you're tasting a amplified taste of that food. That's where the rub is.
Yeah. Yeah, and Teresa, I do that with pork chops or pork roast, the same as I did with the chicken. I'll put it on there. I just make sure I add a little extra chicken when I'm not chicken, a little extra salt when I am cooking pork with any kind of seasoning, because fresh pork, if fresh pork is not salted, it can give you the runs.
Oh,
If you do not cook pork thoroughly, it can give you trichinosis. And trichinosis is, I'm not sure the full disease. I know it's caused by some worms and stuff like that can be in the
well,
meat.
isn't it worms? Period.
I think it is, but you know that's it causes you to be really sick. So you want to make sure.
You get them worms, and you'll be really sick.
Hello, Bobby at Petty John River.
Betty John, how are you?
Yeah, Bobby dropping in and saying hi. No MSG at all, Kathy. It is, like I said, salt, pepper, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, and chili powder. That's all that's in there. No MSGs. I can't eat a lot of MSG. So that's why I don't
eat any MSG.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
I love Chinese food. I will go out and eat Chinese food occasionally, but Piggy and I know that if we go eat Chinese, we have to come either right back home after we eat, or else I have to get it and bring
it home and eat it.
Yeah, because the
She'll
MSG
be going to the
affects
bathroom 2 minutes after she's done.
Yeah. Yeah, I will make it without salt. If people prefer it without salt, that's not a problem. That's how Avid orders it, is without salt.
Yeah.
Now, the one that Avid orders, he orders it's called the 32-ounce bottle. It's a big bottle, but it will hold like 19 ounces of product. And I charge, I think $32 for that one.
That's a gallon of barbecue.
Yeah, that's for the barbecue. The others, I think, are over to the right, or else in the kitchen, one, too. I know that the ones I've got on the small bottles are in the kitchen. Is that not it?
They were red lid. I'd go bring black lid. It was by itself.
Oh, yeah. This is the bottle that I do Avid's in. And you can see it's a good sized bottle. And I fill it up to the top.
And packs it.
I pack it, and it holds right at, I think, 19.6 ounces of actual product. This is called a 32-ounce container. And yeah, MSG is bad. Now this is what Avid orders the barbecue sauce in. And I think I did $39 for this on the barbecue sauce. But I also make the smaller bottles that.
Didn't that include shipping for him? Or was that?
No, $39 plus shipping.
Okay.
And it's $8 plus shipping for the regular size bottle of the other.
The small bottle.
Yeah. For the small bottle of the Piggy's to Rub, it's $8 plus shipping, which usually totals out to about, depending on where you live in the United States, anywhere from $12.65 up to $15.15. I mean, not $15.15, but $13.15, something like that.
I see Kathy Naylor.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, he does. He cooks big briskets and a lot of ribs. And I think the reason he does that is he does it so that when he's working, he doesn't have to cook while he's working. He has stuff there that he can prep and take to work and have to eat. And I understand that.
It's either that or there's others there that he cooks for.
It's well worth it. Yeah, you know, I stand by my rub and by my barbecue sauce. And the barbecue sauce itself, I'll tell you right now, I've had some in the refrigerator for a year and it's still good.
And the longer it sits, the hotter it gets.
Yeah, it is good, and there's nothing wrong with the barbecue sauce. I've got some in there. Well, I had some in there that I made June of last year, and I finished it off about a month or so ago. And yeah, It's just something that's as long as it's refrigerated. Once you open it, as long as it's refrigerated, it's fine. And it's because I don't use any sugars in it other than what is in the products I put in uh, the barbecue sauce, like the ketchup. It's whatever sugars that are in the ketchup, and we know that ketchup you leave it sitting out on the counter. Mustard you leave sitting out on the counter. Those are two of the main ingredients right there, or two of the ingredients I should say in my barbecue sauce. Everything that I put in my barbecue sauce are things that are shelf stable, even after they're open. There is nothing I put in that cannot be left sitting out on the counter after it's open. I just put my barbecue sauce in the refrigerator because I like it cold, especially if I'm dipping like uh, French fries or meats or something in it. I like that coldness against the heat. Lynn said, I think he shares. He might. I don't know.
What?
Avid sharing the. Yeah, now I do know that he has family that lives in the same house. I think he lives.
That's why I said I think that's why he cooks so much.
Yeah. He lives, I think, in the bottom portion of the house, and he has family that lives in the top portion of the house. So, yeah, he probably does. Yeah, chemical reaction. That's right, Linda. And like I said, I I don't add sweetener to it. However, if anybody likes a sweeter barbecue sauce, you can add honey, molasses, brown sugar, or something like that to the barbecue sauce and make it to your taste and use the back bite as a base for the barbecue sauce you want. And I've added honey to mine, I've added molasses to mine, I've added brown sugar to mine.
Yeah, her barbecue sauce and the rub both are more of a base for other things.
Mm-hmm.
And which one was it you made to complement the other one?
I made the rub to complement the barbecue sauce.
So when you use the rub and the barbecue sauce in conjunction with each other, you get a nice, tasty surprise.
Yeah. Oh, Teresa, I do. Years ago, I used to mix barbecue sauce and honey together because I loved them, especially if you go to a fast food place and you got chicken tenders or chicken nuggets or something like that. Barbecue sauce and honey were my all-time favorite. Now, my mom liked the sweet and sour sauce. I wasn't big on
Kathy,
that
you
stuff.
take care.
Okay, Kathy, have a good evening, sweetie.
Said she couldn't stay for the
Yeah.
trivia, but she loved knowing about the product.
Yeah, it is going on 7:30, and I've normally started by now on the trivia. And love the dipping sauces. Love dipping stuff in barbecue sauce. And I just there's so many different brands out there that I make my own, and I have made a mustard-based barbecue sauce. There is a white sauce called Alabama white sauce. I have the recipe for that, and I will occasionally make that.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and it's just well, no, I think you're thinking of the Chinese white sauce I make. I make that too, but the Alabama white sauce.
You making that Alabama white sauce?
I've made it once, yeah, and that actually originated at Big Bob Gibson's barbecue in Decatur, Alabama. And we used to eat, when we eat barbecue, that was what we would get because they had one in Decatur and then they had one in Huntsville. And my dad would go take and get barbecue from Big Bob Gibson's and bring it home. And that was good barbecue. It really was.
That man knew he had something to work with right there.
Yeah. All right. We have food trivia tonight. I believe we have 15 questions. Let me scroll through and look and make sure, y'all.
We do.
Yep. We have 12 multiple choice and 3 true or false.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Dipping chicken in honey is amazing. Honey has a good flavor, and honey's good for you. Especially
Honey mustard. Oh, yeah.
especially if it's a local honey. And did y'all know? Y'all, I learned this and did not know this. You can take and you can just put nothing but honey in a mixing bowl. And take the whipping attachment, and you can whip the honey, and it'll be whipped honey. And it's like a foamy consistency.
I've tried that.
And yeah, definitely, it looks good. Yes, I'm always rigged, Mama Linda, according to you. Yeah, Melinda, I understand. I've been having problems with mine. I told Peggy it was like 10 till, and I said, if I can get everything coming, because I was having problems getting my laptop to come up. Once I got my laptop up, I was trying to get the screens to come up, couldn't get them to come up. And I was really, because everything was taking its time tonight. But that's okay. We got it. We got the screens up. We got the computer going. And we got our questions up. So we'll go on and hit question number 1. It is multiple choice for the first 12 questions. So number 1, what bread type is also a type of gem cut? Okay. Yeah. What bread type is also a type of gem cut? A, artisan, B, baguette, or C, lavash? So again, what bread type is also a type of gem cut? A, artisan, B, baguette, or C, lavash?
Also, a gem what?
A gem cut. You know, like when you cut diamonds or emeralds or sapphires. You know,
Okay.
the type of cut. So, Teresa says B. Linda says B, question mark, question mark, question mark. Teresa's showing a diamond down there.
Smart aleck.
Melinda says B. Susie says B. I got the sneezer over here beside me cleaning herself. Indiana Chris, hello. He says C. Teresa said, it's hard to understand that accent. I am so sorry. I don't think I have an accent, though. I guess I do.
You're
I don't know.
Southern. You do. Where are you from, Teresa?
Teresa said, oh.
If you're from overseas somewhere, I might can understand that. We have just as much trouble with accents from overseas as y'all do with us.
She lives in Southwest Tennessee, but she's from Chicago. Okay, I get it. When I lived in Kentucky, I met a lot of people from the Chicago area, so I understand there is a big difference in that.
That's almost like Boston, Massachusetts. Gotta get popped the car backyard. You gotta cut it. Gotta cut it.
Yeah. So I definitely understand that there is a difference in that. Yeah, my granddad lived in Chicago for several years after he married his second wife. His father-in-law owned a jewelry, well, it was a clock repair store up there. And they lived in the apartment above the repair shop. He said it was cold and he was glad to leave there.
Southwest Tennessee. Huh.
Southwest Tennessee would be close to the Memphis area.
Yeah, I understand
Hallmark.
that. I understand that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. Teresa said yes. All right. Again, what bread type is also a type of gem cut? A, artisan, B, baguette, or C, lavash? Most all of you got this one right. It is B, baguette. You have a baguette cut. It is almost like a rectangle that has I'm trying to, the
Tapers.
tapers. Yes, tapers. Linda said, we won, yay. Well, hopefully all these won't be too hard. Piggy's over here putting him a new clock
I'm
up.
trying to prognosticate if that would be a good spot for it, since I've already got one screw in there. Folks, I have an analog clock that I just tore apart. We can put a brand new battery in it, and in less than a month, it'll be 3 minutes behind.
Less than a week, it'll be a minute or two behind.
Yeah. I got tired of it. I've got a digital clock that I was going to use in the bedroom. And the kiddies let me know that they just wasn't going to tolerate that.
It didn't matter where he put it, they'd knock it off.
Yeah.
So, David. Okay, question number 2.
You think that'd be a good spot?
If you can read it.
Or should I lower it?
I would say lower it just a little.
At least a little.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I see a hole right there I could use.
Yeah.
I just have to get me another small screw. Laboriously bore a hole.
I'm sorry. All right, question number 2. Guess my Wi-Fi ran out. Got to run. Hey, one more. Hope I back in that. All right, Melinda. We'll see you when you get back, my darling. Question number 2. Let's try to get this out again. What is added to egg whites to make meringues? Again, what is added to egg whites to make meringues? Is it A, salt, B, flour, or C, sugar? Chris, you're good at going against the grain. Okay, Chris says sugar. Teresa says sugar. Lori's prepping for heaven. Hello, welcome in. She says sugar.
Lori!
Linda says sugar. Melinda said cream of tartar or sugar. Well, to sweeten it, Melinda, you put the one thing, put cream of tartar in it. It is to stabilize it. So cream of tartar would be cream of tartar or white distilled vinegar. Chris says, I know, but I know this one for sure. You tell me why you know this one. Yes. Yeah, I can never find cream of tartar myself, so I never use it. I use distilled vinegar. Yep, banana pudding. I love banana pudding, yeah. I made some banana freeze a little earlier to go in the freezer because after my live stream tonight, I'm working on the signature dish video for this month. And it's going to be a dessert video. I'll tell y'all that much ahead of time. Dessert. So, just my take on it, though. Hey, Mama Bear Christine.
Mama Bear!
Okay. So, what is added to egg whites to make meringues? It is C, sugar. And to stabilize the meringue, and when I say stabilize, I mean make sure that it is to the point that you can turn the bowl upside down and it don't fall out, all that good stuff. You use either cream of tartar or you can substitute white distilled vinegar. And all you need on the if I could talk, the only amount of vinegar you need is like an eighth to a fourth of a teaspoon of vinegar. You put it in, you blend it up, and it stabilizes it. Let's see. I've been watching the Butler. Yeah, there's a lot of people at Pinecone Fest. I know that. I know Pooch and Tish are there. I believe Ginger and Joy are there. That's not Mr. Homestead and Joe Fix It For You. And I believe Christine and Johnny are there from Gillum Farms, and Christine, Mrs. Gillum Farms. And I think Dale and Nana are there from 9 Acre Family Farm.
They are.
And
Ginger. There's tons of them there. I'll just say that.
yeah, I think Jesse and Lisa are there. Yeah. Like I said, there's a lot of them there. The theme tonight is just food, Mama Bear. I didn't have any particular thing when I was looking, and all the questions pretty much just relate to food tonight. It's no particular thing.
It's potluck. You open the lid, find out what's there.
That works right there. Piggy called it potluck. That's what the thing is, not potluck. So, question number 3. Which type of meat can be found on a BLT? A, bacon, B, bologna, or C, brisket? If you
I
ask
don't
me,
know this one.
and I'm just going to be honest and tell you, if it was me, it could be all 3. Yeah, Lori, Piggy and I don't go to them. The only ones we've went to as far as the meetups are the local one to us that Ginger and Joy invited us to up at Biggin's Barbecue and Talking Rock. We live in Northwest Georgia. They live in a little east and south of us in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And so we occasionally meet up there with several other channels at I think I got a kitty cat over with me out. So, you know, we I think the last one we went to, we see Derek Fowler and Regina were there, Jesse and Lisa, Johnny and Christine.
Jesse and Lisa.
Yeah, Jesse and Lisa. Dot Roper was there. There was 2 others, husband and wife, from Alabama. I can't think of their last names right now, but they don't have a channel per se, but they are subscribers to other channels.
Tim and Dana Mason.
Tim and Dana Mason, yes. Nisi and Megan were there.
Says Lumba.
Yeah. So, you know, we had a good time and everything. And Ms. Linda, she might have been there. Didn't bother me a bit. I no disrespect to anybody. I do not associate with her. Lila Newton.
Oh.
A lot of people like her. That's their choice. Something happened a couple of years ago, and I have not had anything to do with her since. And I will not go into it because it is over and done with, but I have my reasons, and I will be cordial to her if she speaks to me in chat somewhere. But other than that, I don't have anything to do with her. Okay. Lori. Huh?
What brought that up?
Ms. Linda said that she was there at Pinecone Fest. Lori said bacon. Chris said A. Mama Bear says A. Linda said bacon.
Yeah, that's one of those that just don't exist for me.
Lori's Griffin said, I saw that. Teresa said, hi, Lori. Said you and I both. Lori's prepping for heaven. Chris heard the cat and thought my nose was making that noise.
Oh, what?
Thought his nose was making that noise. Now that's the kitty cat. Linda says bacon got to be hot also. Y'all, the answer is, of course, bacon. And I don't care if it's hot, cold, whatever. If it's bacon and I can put it on a sandwich,
It's
I'm
gotta
going to
be
eat it.
bacon.
It's going to get eaten. It is going to get eaten. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. All right. On to question number 4. What is the name of the breakfast cereal originally from Switzerland that consists of a mixture of oats, dried fruit, and nuts? Is it A, muesli, B, granola, or C, oat squares? Hi, Troy Sutton. Welcome in.
Right.
We love you too, Troy. Lori said muesli. Chris said A. Linda says A. Teresa says A, question mark. Chris Lori said muesli, question mark. Okay. Susie says A. Y'all, I tried this cereal once and I thought I was eating twigs. I did. Jethro, welcome in. He says A.
Jethro.
Lori, the thing about muesli is that it is spelled like 3 different ways. I've seen it with an X, without an X, with an S, without an S. I mean, it's all sorts of it. Thank you, Jethro. I think Piggy's working on putting his shelf up so he can put his clock up.
Yeah. That's what I does. Trying to anyway.
Lori said, yep, that's what I thought about loud. Yeah.
What?
About the spelling of muesli and everything. So, what is the name of the breakfast cereal originally from Switzerland that consists of a mixture of oats, dried fruits, and nuts? Is it A, muesli, B, granola, or C, oat squares? Honestly, it should be B, but it's not. It is A, muesli. I'm not big on granola. I like granola. I will eat it. But like I said, my mom bought some muesli cereal years ago when it first came out. I thought she was eating twigs. And then, sometime after that Fiber One stuff come out. I'm like, oh, really? You're eating twigs again? She tried, but I wasn't eating that nasty stuff. I'm sorry. And if you like muesli, more power to you. You can have my share. I'll eat your share of bacon any day, but you can have my share of muesli.
Bacon, bacon, bacon. We love bacon.
Yeah, Chris, I tried grape nuts once too. I even tried them 2 and 3 times, but I kept trying and I just couldn't. That to me, it was like eating a little gravel.
Grape nuts ain't too bad with milk. I feel like I'm getting a questionable look burning in the back of my head.
Now I'm reading comments. Oh, babe. Yeah, Mama, granola mixed in with yogurt and things like that is good. I can eat it that way. But just to eat granola, I can't do it. Muesli, forget it. I can't do that. And grape nuts, I actually like grape nuts, like I said, mixed into things like yogurt and stuff. But to just eat grape nuts, I can't eat the cereal. I can't eat it with the milk. Even as a kid, I couldn't. It was like a spoonful of milk with a spoonful of gravel or pebbles in my mouth. I didn't like it. My mom loved it. That was the one cereal she could buy that she knew I wasn't going to touch. Yep, grape nuts can be cooked just like oatmeal can. Yeah. Yeah, Lori, it is. It's very hard. I mean, I like crunchy stuff, but to me, like I said, that was just like eating gravel. Oh, shredded wheat is a good. I like the frosted mini wheats, and my mom ate the shredded wheat. Like I said, she eat twigs. Might as well eat the grass. Go with it. Mom Linda, I can't eat a lot of milk. So when I eat cereal and stuff, I have to be very careful of how much milk I put in it. Even the 2% milk. Bullets and Barbecue, welcome in.
Bullets.
Doing good. Thank you so very much for stopping in. You're welcome in here anytime. Now, I've never tried shredded wheat with brown sugar, but that does sound interesting. All right, on to number 5. Ooh, we're already on number 5, y'all. I didn't realize we were that far ahead. We're doing good. In Italian cuisine, what term means a dish cooked in the oven? Is it A, al dente, B, cacciatore, or C, al forno?
I ain't got a clue. However that matter, I'm not sure I want one.
Chris said B. Lori said al forno. Susie said B, question mark. And yeah, if it looks like I'm trying to strain to see, it's I've got I've cleaned my screen good, got all the sneezers off of it. I should have left the sneezers on because I could read it before. Linda said what Lori said. Okay. Teresa said B, question mark. Then Teresa said C, question mark. Okay, I'll read it again. It says, in Italian cuisine, what term means a dish cooked in the oven? Is it A, al dente, B, cacciatore, or C, al forno? And I did not know this one until I did the question. Teresa said, yeah, B or C. Linda said, okay, I'm back, and this is crazy. I knew I was paid up. Went to office. She gave me a new password. I went to put it in. Then it popped on before I could Stupid. Yeah, Wi-Fi can be completely stupid. I don't know that Xander's ever been in one of my live streams, Lori.
Not knowing that.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen him.
Now, I've seen him in a lot of chats. I don't know that, like I said, he's ever been in one of mine, but that's okay. So he's from Italy. Okay, now that I did not know. Okay. The term that means a dish cooked in the oven in Italian is C, al forno. Al dente is what you cook your pasta to when you're cooking boiling pasta. Cacciatore is a type of it is a specific type of dish. So al forno means to bake in the oven or cook in the oven. Okay, on to number 6.
What is that?
Forno is like furnace. Okay. Yeah, I can read. It says 7 something. 755.
Yeah.
Okay, 755. I can actually read it. Yeah. That's right, Mama Linda. You told us it was. Okay.
What?
But that was the right answer. But she said what Lori said. El forno. So Mama Linda got it right.
El forno.
Yeah.
Got no idea.
Yeah. Lori said it means it's like furnace. So furnace would be
Yeah.
oven. Yeah.
Furnace fire.
Yeah.
I got it from the corn.
Yeah.
The F and all like that.
Okay. Number 6.
Yeah, I'd already got it.
Which of the following is not a bread? A. Ciabatta, B. Amaranth, or C. Pumpernickel?
So
So,
I said that. She looked at me like, "You already did that?"
so again, which of the following is not a bread? A. Ciabatta, B. Amaranth, or C. Pumpernickel?
I know which one it is. Believe it or not, I actually know this.
Piggy knows one.
Because I know one. I've heard of the other. No idea what the other one is.
Chris said B. Lori said Amaranth. Melinda said B. Southwest Little Val says B. Bullets and Barbecue says Amaranth. Linda said B. Teresa says B. Josie, New Image Landscape Concrete, welcome in. Hello to you.
Josie Highway.
Linda says I can eat B, 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 B. Game night came fast today. Yes, it did.
Say what?
Josie said game night came fast today.
Oh. Yeah, and you were just talking to me earlier about it's coming.
Jethro says, I'm going with my gut and say B.
And here you are just not getting here.
I think we might have a kitty wanting out of her. I keep hearing
I hear him.
All right. Read it with her one more time. Which of the following is not a bread? A. Ciabatta, B. Amaranth, or C. Pumpernickel? I don't know, Melinda. But the answer is B. Amaranth. I can look it up and see.
I've had pumpernickel and I love it. I've heard of ciabatta. That other one I got no clue.
It's some kind of grain. Yes, amaranth is considered a pseudo cereal rather than an actual grain,
Pseudo cereal.
since it's technically a seed. Okay, so it's a type of seed that can be eaten as a cereal.
Okay, well, what does that seed produce?
I don't know. I just read what it was there. I wasn't going into a big bunch of detail about it. Okay, Mom Linda said it's a gluten-free item that people can eat. So it is a gluten-free seed that can be eaten as a cereal. That answered my question. I didn't know what amaranth was either. It could probably be made into a bread, but what kind of bread would it be made into? It wouldn't be a bread called amaranth, I don't think. So I don't know. I just know that amaranth itself is not a bread, but ciabatta and pumpernickel are. And Piggy, I think, likes pumpernickel bread.
I do.
I want a Reuben on rye or pumpernickel. That sounds so good, y'all.
Rye's pretty good too, but I like pumpernickel.
I think I would like to try a Reuben on pumpernickel.
Oh, man.
That would be good. Have that
Tuesdays.
Have that brisket with that sauerkraut and Thousand Island sauce and on some pumpernickel. But that would be good. That would be really good. No, Chris, it wasn't a trick question. Amaranth itself is a seed or grain. Teresa said she thought it was a spice. Linda said 50 grain bread. Yeah. Linda said it has vitamins like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z. Like a zebra, haha, giggle.
Is that Mama Linda?
Of course. Yeah. I've had rye bread. I don't think I've had pumpernickel before, but I've been told it's really good. Now,
that's what they serve it Outback.
I've never been to Outback.
Well, one day we got it.
Never been to Outback, never been to Applebee's. I'm saying, Bullets Barbecue, I am too. I'm hungry. I've had breakfast this morning. I was up all night, couldn't sleep, didn't go to bed till about 8:30 this morning. Got up about 3:30, 3:40 this afternoon. Wasn't hungry when I got up. I'm hungry now. Me and Piggy may be making a drive after a while. After we make our video.
Okay, how's it was it? Well, it's 8 o'clock now. What's going to be open after we get done with the video?
Checkers. They're open till after midnight.
Okay.
And it probably won't take an hour to make that video, I don't think. It might take a little more. If it does, fine. I'll have to fix something here at the house. So Ms. Linda said Outback is great. That might be where we have to go for our anniversary this next year, Pig.
I was going to say, next time we get a moment to splurge.
Yeah, be our anniversary.
We'll go there.
Okay.
And you can find out about something.
Yeah, I'm not big on the Applebee's. I've seen the prices for their hamburgers, and I'm like, no, thank you. I can make a hamburger at home just as good.
Applebee's used to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
Question number 7. Stollen cake is traditionally served at what time of year in Germany? A, Easter, B, Halloween, or C, Christmas? Stollen cake is Stollen. Cake is traditionally served at what time of year in Germany? A, Easter, B, Halloween, or C, Christmas?
They said I love corned beef and Swiss on rye toasted. Yeah, that's some good stuff there, Melinda.
I'm just going to put it out there. Corned beef and bacon with anything. Or brisket and bacon with anything. You got me. Somebody want me out.
It's gray this time.
Yeah, our cats, one will go out and others will sit around and look. And they'll wait for you to shut the door and go sit down and be there for a few minutes. And then they go to the door. One of them goes to the door, wanting out. And the others will sit back and look and watch until you get back and get set down. It's ridiculous.
On the inside meowing, wanting out. You go to let them out, and you see there's been one on the outside waiting to get in.
Yeah. All right. Chris said C. Melinda said C, Christmas. Laura said, I'm not positive, but I think it's Easter. Linda said Christmas. Teresa said, wow, getting expensive. Southwest. Probably, I don't know if she's talking about the what we're talking about with the restaurants or if it's the stolen cake, because I know the stolen cakes are expensive.
Oh.
So it could have been anything we've been talking about lately. Okay, Southwest Limo Val said C. Jethro said C.
Outback ain't cheap.
No, Outback ain't cheap. But y'all, Piggy and I have splurged, and believe it or not, there's been several times since we've been together, because we don't splurge a lot, that there have been, I know of, just right off the top of my head, 3 restaurants that we went to where we have spent well over $70. And time you add the tip, it was close to 80. That's just for the 2 of us.
If not more.
Yeah.
But a good chunk of that price was the tip.
Yeah.
If we got good service.
Yeah, Teresa said C. Lori said, might be Christmas. Then I said, love that. Looking at the kitties, I giggle. Yeah. I tell you what, I have to make sure these kitties mind. Right. The answer to stolen cake is traditionally served at what time of year in Germany? It is C, Christmas. And if you shop at Aldi, just letting you know, I've seen them in there around middle of November up through the end of December. You can usually find stolen cake when you go in there. It is right before you get to the bread aisle where they have their snack cakes and stuff that they sell. And they look good. I may have to get one.
What in the world are they?
The ones that I've seen at Aldi look like a cake made with nuts and maybe some dried fruits in them a little bit.
They're basically a fruit cake.
Similar to a fruit cake, not as dense, but they also have powdered sugar on them.
Basically a fruit cake.
Basically, yeah.
I'm not impressed.
I would say it's more a nut cake than a fruit cake, but you know. But Piggy,
I'm a nut cake.
Piggy doesn't. I don't think Piggy's fond of fruit cake. I actually like fruit cake, y'all. I'm weird. I told y'all I'm weird. I like fruit cake. I'm the one person that if you give a fruit cake to, I will eat it, and not use it as a doorstop. So.
Might depend on who made it.
Yeah, Mama. You know, see, it's something like that. You know, when the very first time we did that was our very first Valentine's together. We went out to Abuelos in Chattanooga. And Abuelas, excuse me.
Grandmother.
Yeah. And it's a Mexican restaurant, of course. And with tip, I think I spent right at $80 for me and Piggy that night and for the tip. And then we went out to, it is maybe a couple of years later, we went out to, when it was in Chattanooga, the, I cannot remember the name of that place we went to. The Japanese style restaurant where, you know, where they cook in front of you.
Oh.
Piggy knows what I'm talking about, but I don't think he can make it either.
I can't think of it now either.
And we spent like $70 there that night.
But it is a worldwide 5-star restaurant.
Ichiban. And then the only other time that we have spent that much at a restaurant, we went to Rib Country up in past Blue Ridge.
Yeah. Ichiban's is a world-recognized 5-star restaurant. It is worth the expense.
Yeah, and we spent around $70-something there because we got the platter. And the platter itself that we got, that we shared, was like almost $60. So by the time you add the drinks and the tip, it was a little over $70-something.
Worth every penny.
It was very well worth it. But I'm just saying, you know, we don't do that all the time. It's a splurge for us.
Big.
And the only reason we did it is, you know, I tell Piggy and he tells me, we're worth it. We are worth being able to spend time together like that, get out, have fun, and enjoy ourselves.
We struggle 99.5% of the time. We can take a 0.5% every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah, Lori, you know, that's just it with fruitcake. I'm going to make a fruitcake. I don't know when, but I'm going to make one. I just got to get all the ingredients. The only thing about it is it's expensive to make. You start buying those dried fruits and stuff that goes in a fruitcake, it's expensive. I mean, just you buy 4 ingredients and you're already out nearly $25 for 4 ingredients. And a fruitcake has about 8 to 10 ingredients.
Oh, she might be doing that someday when we hit the lottery on big time.
Yeah. I love sushi, Lori. I do. I love sushi. We go to a place over in Dalton. Seasons Bar and Sushi Grill. Well, no, it's Hibachi and Sushi Grill. They have, to me, some of the best sushi, and they have sushi and sashimi. I buy the sushi along with what we share because we buy one. Their plates were like this right here. One plate of food is like that right there, and it is full. You have what you order plus the rice that you order, and it fills the whole plate. So Piggy and I share a plate, and I order sushi, and I might sometimes order egg rolls or spring rolls or something for an appetizer. And when we go out to eat with that one big plate, because it costs usually somewhere between $12 and $15 for a big plate.
If both of us at one big plate, we can still wind up with half a plate left.
Yeah, we'll bring half of it home. But between buying what we get at Seasons on the plate, plus the sushi, plus our drinks, plus an appetizer, we're looking at $32. That's with the tip. Roughly $32 with the tip. So that's not bad. Not for two people to eat out, plus bring half of it home and have another meal. Yeah, the pre-made kind. Yeah, I want to be able to dehydrate my own fruits and put what I want in there, and that's going to be a while before I can do that. I have found that some of the best food comes from a hibachi restaurant. It really does. California rolls are good. They really are. I get the crispy, the spicy crab roll when I buy the sushi. I love those. Teresa, sushi just means sweet rice. If you don't want the raw fish, don't order sashimi. Sashimi is the raw fish and seafood. Sushi just means sweet rice. That's what it interprets to, sweet rice. That's all sushi means. And you can get it with anything, cooked meats, whatever. Sushi is actually very good. But yeah, if you don't want anything raw on it, don't order tuna and don't order octopus or eel. Those are the three main ones you don't want to order if you're ordering sushi. Most of the time, tuna, octopus, and eel come on sashimi. I'm so sorry about that, Teresa. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, Teresa. I learned that, I guess, about 10, 12 years ago, a little better.
Yeah, she's taught me that. Actually got me to try it, sushi.
Yeah, Piggy liked sushi with me. And his thought was it was the raw fish, because I'm not eating no raw fish. Well, it's not raw fish. Sushi is about the rice itself. But
it's basically rice and seaweed.
Yeah. Now, if you order sashimi, you are ordering the raw fish. It may be gross, Mama Linda, but it is full of omega-3. I don't eat sashimi. I don't eat eel. I will one day try sashimi. But it has to be a certain
type.
type.
Have somebody like Randy make it for you.
Yeah, or somebody that has been professionally trained for a long time. Yeah.
Like I said, Randy.
All right, question number 8. Y'all, we're at 8:14 and we're not even halfway there yet. Number 8, what is tempeh? Tempeh. What is tempeh? Is it A, soybean-based meat substitute, B, Japanese candy, or C, Moroccan barbecue? So what is tempeh?
Not a clue.
A, soybean-based meat substitute, B, Japanese candy, or C, Moroccan barbecue? One is the grandma made a orange slice cake, dense cake with orange slice candy, dates, and pecans, better than fruit cake. Oh yeah, I've had something very similar to that, and it is very good. I guess, Mom Linda, I've never tried eel, so I don't know. I just know for a fact that it's full of omega-3s. But you know what? So are sardines. Don't eat sardines either. I mean, I could, but I don't.
I used to.
Josie said V. He meant B. Okay, so we got B. Lori says Moroccan barbecue. Teresa says question mark. Linda says
Said,
B.
I want it to be barbecue, so C.
Teresa says, I've never heard the word, so I have no clue. Linda said, I have no idea. Jethro says B question mark. Lori says, that sounds good. And Melinda Dobson.
Linda said she's had eel. More power to you there, Mama Linda.
Yeah. I've had octopus and I don't recommend it. Hey, y'all, I've had chitlins too.
She don't recommend that either.
Not boiled. I haven't had them fried. I want to try them fried. And the way you make them is you boil them and then you fry them. And I've been told that fried are better than just boiled. So I don't know, but I want to try the fried ones before I make them.
Fried covers up whatever's left of that taste.
Yeah. Linda said my grandpa went crazy over it. I bet he did.
Or what?
Over that orange slice cake.
Orange slice cake.
Yeah, she said instead of using dried fruits, her grandma used orange slices and nuts and stuff in the cake.
That sounds good.
It does.
That sounds real good.
Lori said, I'm fairly sure it's the barbecue.
You hope.
No thanks on the chitlins. Linda said, shark before eel. Yes, boil first, then fry in butter.
Now, shark, I might actually try.
I said, that sounds really good. All right. What is tempeh? It is a soybean-based meat substitute. It's not the Moroccan barbecue, and it's not the Japanese candy. Sorry, y'all. It is a soybean-based meat substitute.
Yeah.
Question number 9. We're on to number 9. What P is the Italian cured pork belly? So again, what P is Italian cured pork belly? Is it A, poulet, B, pancetta, or C, polenta? So again, is it A, poulet, P-O-U-L-E-T, or B, pancetta, or C, polenta? I wanted y'all to make sure what I was saying.
I still don't know.
Josie said he loves sardines. Chris said, yuck. And they said, love barbecue. Hey, I think we all love barbecue.
I bet he loves raw oysters too.
Josie said shark is good. Josie said B. Lori said pancetta. Melinda said B. Wilson Barbecue said B. Jethro says B. Linda says B. Now, my mom liked oysters. My uncle would get the canned oysters, and he and my mom would sit and eat them canned oysters with hot sauce and crackers.
Aaron!
I tried fried oysters. They're actually pretty good. Hey, Aaron, welcome in. I picked A for Aaron. Burning grass.
So are you burning grass or are you QQ? Because I love pancetta ham, biggie.
Pork, bacon, pork belly,
Says, I love fried clams. My new Indian name. Okay.
I love fried clams too. Fried clams are amazing.
So, Aaron Burning Grass is on the QQ. Linda says oysters on the half shell.
I tried one once. I was, and I doused it with the lemon juice and the hot sauce, and yeah, that's like swallowing snot.
They're actually pretty good. One of the world's best sources of vitamin E, too.
Y'all can have my share of oysters, and I'll eat y'all share of bacon. How's that? I told y'all.
And if y'all know one of the many things that vitamin E is good for, you know why some people will eat them like they're going out of style.
Like I said, y'all can have my oysters, and I'll eat y'all's. I'll eat your fried clams, and I'll eat you bacon.
Folks who eat plenty of raw oyster will never have to buy any Viagra.
Well, good for them. Like I said, y'all can have my raw oysters, and I'll eat your bacon and your fried clams.
Lori said it was nasty. I agree with you, Elaine. Snot.
Yes, it's like a lemon hot sauce flavored snot running down your throat. Ew.
Choo head to the rest. Biggie, isn't that ironic? No, it ain't. Not to me. I understand.
Okay, question number 9. What P is Italian cured pork belly? It is B, pancetta, and I think everybody got that one right. We like our pancetta. That's good. A good ham right there. Good bacon, whatever you want to call it.
Lori, no, it is not. When I was in the Marines, I knew a black man. He loved eating his raw oysters. And he said point blank, it works. My daddy told me about vitamin E. And he told me point blank, it works. So.
Linda says she did it for making daddy ill. It worked. Eating the raw oyster. She ate it, made her daddy sick. Question number 10. A cobbler is likely to be served up for which meal? A, main course, B, appetizer, or C, dessert? And I'm going to tell you, if you know me, it could be any of the 3. Because I'm old enough now, I can eat cobbler whenever I want to.
Right.
Lynn said Oysters Rockefeller is pretty good, but she likes smoked better.
Oh.
Lori said dessert. Chris said C. Bullets and Barbecue said C. Lori said dessert, laugh out loud. Melinda said C. Jethro says C. Linda said C.
Lori said not dessert.
Dessert. I knew what you were saying. This is
yeah,
family friendly show.
4 years in a dessert.
You know what desserts spelled backwards spells, don't you? Stressed. Because if you add the S to dessert, make it desserts. Turn it backwards, stressed. Desserts relieve stress. Desert is dry, laugh out loud. Dry, cold, hot, could be wet.
Occasionally. It has even snowed in the desert. I know, I was there. Out in the middle of the field, woke up real cold one night and looked around. It was dark as pitch. I was like, I ain't never seen it this dark in the desert. What's up with that? So I decided to get out my Jeep, radio Jeep, open that door, and I was like, gizmo, bright light. All the stars and things just as shining, bright as could be. It was an inch of snow as far as the eye could see.
Hey, Huckleberry, welcome in.
Huckleberry.
That's right. Dessert spelled backwards, spells stress. If you're stressed, eat a dessert. That's all I can tell you. So the answer to question number 10, a cobbler is likely to be served up for which meal? It is C, dessert. Like I said, y'all know me, I'll eat them anytime. I don't care. Appetizer, snack, main course. I'm an adult. I can choose what order I want to eat my food in.
Yep.
And if I want to eat dessert for supper, I'm going to eat dessert for supper.
I figure it like this. My body's done too wrecked to worry about it. I want dessert instead. I'm going to eat dessert instead.
Oh, way. So number 11, what is a ganache? A, salad dressing. B, a mixture of chocolate and cream. Or C, gourmet salt. So what is a ganache? A, salad dressing. B, a mixture of chocolate and cream. Or C, gourmet salt. And I think anybody that does any cooking in here really knows this one. Got it.
I don't.
Oh, that sounds good, Josie. Give me some hot sauce and some crackers, and I'd chow down.
Want me out of the can of pink salad?
That sounds good.
It does.
Now, see, Mama would do that with jack mackerel, and so do I on occasion.
Or he said chocolate syrup. Yummy. Have all that you want. You can have my share.
Belinda said B. Bullets Barbecue said B. Indiana Chris says B. Linda says B. Huckleberry says B. Jethro says B. Yep, Lori, chocolate syrup, yummy. Yeah, Piggy can't have chocolate, so.
Not unless you want to see the piggy in the floor 4 pounds up.
Linda says it is salt, people. It is rigged. How giggle. But yeah, growing up, like I said, you know, I'm just gonna put that there. My mama, she was poor. I was raised poor folk, and when you poor folk, you make do with what you got. You know that. I mean, I guarantee a lot of you have family members that have been poor folk, and you might be poor folk yourself. I don't know, but you learn a way of living and a way of cooking that's different from a lot of people and what they do. And my mama, she would take and she'd open up that can of jack mackerel. Now, I always thought salmon patties was made with jack mackerel. I didn't know there was no such thing as pink salmon. Never had it growing up. All I had was jack mackerel. We had mackerel patties, which we called salmon patties. But, and I prefer them to salmon patties, to be honest. But my mama, if we weren't having salmon patties, she would take a can of that jack mackerel and she'd open it up and she'd drain it. Now, she wouldn't take that little filmy skin off and she wouldn't take the bones out of it. She'd take a fork. If she put them things in a bowl, she'd mash them up, put her some hot sauce on it, and sit there with crackers and eat her jack mackerel and crackers. And that was her salmon and crackers. I learned to like it. I picked the bones out of mine, but and that skinny stuff. But yeah, I'll eat it that way. I've eaten it that way since me and Piggy's been together.
Yeah.
Melinda said Piggy don't know the answer because he can't. None?
Because you can't have none.
Yeah. Jethro says, I don't like seafood, so I won't try salmon. And that's fine. A lot of people don't like it.
Well, salmon isn't actually seafood. It's freshwater.
Yeah. It's a fish, but a lot of people tend to categorize all fish and seafood together. So I understand that. If you don't like fish and don't like seafood, that's fine.
Salmon ain't seafood. It's freshwater.
Yeah. Just say, putting the hand up. Poor folk. Oh, because you can't have none. Okay. Melinda said have. You can't because you can't have none.
Right.
Teresa said B. Lori said I was raised poor. Love salmon bone. Yeah, my granddad told me about when he was young. They would take like.
Or is it tofu with salt?
Yeah. They would take the fish they caught, like in ponds and rivers, the bluegill and things like that, and clean them, and they would can them in jars, just like you would, cut the tails off, cut the fins off.
The head. Eats it right out of the can, juice and all.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. But Poppy, he's talking about you can take any kind of bony fish, and the kind that you want to eat, but really hard to eat because they're really bony. So put them in canning jars and can them.
Jay said we had beans and cornbread meals.
Had a lot of those. We eat out of the garden. My granny grew a garden every year, so we eat out of the garden most of the time. Yep, Tracy. The only meats we really had, now we might occasionally have, a pack of bologna that was boiled or some bacon or sausage or something to go with breakfast or whatever. But those was usually like Saturday morning, Sunday morning meals that we had that for. Most time it was bologna. We were bologna people. And it was a case of our big meat meals were on the weekends. Everything else was pretty much vegetables come out of the garden. Okay, the answer, of course, to what is ganache, it is B, a mixture of chocolate and cream. Mixed together, you pour it over a cake, you pour it over whatever. It's good stuff, but it's rich. Okay, question number 12. This is the last multiple choice. Yes, a surprise stew, veggies from... Yeah, I mean, you eat what you have, and that was providing for your family. And Mama and Granny, they would walk the railroad tracks, going to pick blackberries or poke salad. And people had, like one of our neighbors had a big fig bush. We could go pick figs there. People that had apple trees or pear trees, they would allow Granny to, have whatever she wanted for that, because she would share once she had canned them with the people she got them from. So yeah, you work together, get stuff done. Okay, last of the multiple choice questions, and then we have true or false. What is the cooking process in which food is briefly immersed in boiling water, followed by an ice bath to rapidly cool off the food? Is it A, blanching, B, broiling, or C, sauteing? So again, what is the cooking process which food is briefly immersed in boiling water, followed by an ice bath to rapidly cool off the food? A, blanching, B, broiling, or C, sauteing? Ms. Lori says blanch. Melinda says A. Linda said A. Mama Bear says A. Jethro says A. Excuse me, y'all.
What think about it?
Well, if you don't, that's fine too. Y'all just gonna hear the belches. That's all I can say. Belches and burps, I know they're bodily functions, and we all do it.
Part of life. Better out than in. Let them rip.
Yeah. Mama Bear telling Jethro hi. Mama Bear waving at everybody. Ms. Laura said, so true, Piggy. And that's it. I mean, yeah, I read something talking about people sneeze. If you try to hold in a sneeze, it can kill you. It really can.
Pressure.
The pressure can kill you. So I'm going to sneeze. I'm going to belch. I'm going to burp. I will excuse myself afterward. And if I have to pass gas, I will do my best to be away from people, because I'm not holding nothing in that can hurt me. Our bodies were made for a function. It does that function. It might be rude around other people. Just step away from somebody. Do what you got to do.
Like that one I owned before you in that Walmart.
Yeah.
Aisle would come out, and there's a couple of employees on the other side.
Yeah.
I was smiling.
Teresa said A. I mean, like I said, those are just bodily functions. God made our bodies a certain way to act a certain way.
I was in a different Walmart one time with a lady friend years ago. Boy, she let one rip. I'm going to tell you what, it smelled like the sewer backed up in that place. We hurriedly turned the corner to get out of that aisle and got away for a little ways, because I'd seen another couple working their way towards that aisle. And a couple minutes later, we both heard, "Oh my God!"
Yeah, holding a sneeze can cause you to have a hernia, but it, depending upon how powerful the sneeze is, it can also cause brain bleed if you hold it in.
Too much pressure.
Too much pressure. It can cause brain bleed. And I was like, I ain't holding no more sneezes in. I will sneeze, I will cough, do whatever, but I'm not holding nothing in. Jethro says, eating cupcakes gives me gas. Well, don't eat cupcakes then, Jethro.
Like that's going to happen.
Yeah, Melinda, I understand about them sneezes. I get started sometimes and I can't stop. All right.
Blow that honker.
What is the cooking process in which food is briefly immersed in boiling water, followed by an ice bath to rapidly cool it off? It is called A, blanching. You blanch your food. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to let Piggy hold down the fort for just a minute. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to run to pay the parking meter real quick.
Go pay that parking meter. It's waiting on you.
Yes, it is. It needs my quarter.
It's a hollering at you. Folks, I think she fragranced the air as she went. Such is life. I'm pretty sure some of y'all have heard me sneeze. And I'm holding back a little bit. It's an automatic reaction for me. I've done it all my life. I hold back a little bit. I used to put a full stop on them most of the time. It'd be just a chut. That'd be all there was. Because I stop on most of it. Then I got to where I let go a little bit, but I've never been able to fully let go on the sneeze. Oh, Lord. I done told y'all one a while ago. That's because it just kind of sparked in my brain. I you know, being asked one, I don't know how to come up with one just being asked for one. Something has to spark a memory in order for me to tell a story. KT Spirit 11, I'm in a mood. I just called the sheriff's department because someone seems to think everything they see at my home is for the taking. Well, you call that police. Hopefully they'll show up. Otherwise, if you're in a state that is thinking correctly, you'd be able to go out there with a little something and scare the boo-boo out of them. I'd be in a mood too. That's funny, Melinda. Yeah, KT Spirit, if you've got a right thinking type of state, you can have a little something. You can walk out there and cause some grass to spit up from the ground, if you know what I mean. Scare some boo-boo out of hoo-hoo. Until the cops do show up. If they don't show up directly, you can do like one joke was told one time. They told it that there were no units available because somebody's out in their shed taking their stuff. And so he told him, well, I tell you what, don't send them, just send the coroner. Because that's all you're going to pick up when you get here. And I got a little something that'll help with that. within a minute, there was cop cars squalling in out of everywhere. They just wanting to know where the pew pew was. I ain't got a pew pew. Well, you said you did. You? Yeah, when I called, y'all said y'all didn't have no units in the area either.
All right, get caught back up on chat real quick.
KT Spirit 11 showed up.
Okay. Well, hello, KT Spirit.
That's where that comes from. I think I've seen that name before.
That's Kathy. She was in here last week.
Oh, okay. It takes me a while, KT.
Okay.
But I'll eventually learn you.
We got 3 questions left. They're all true and false. But before I go to that, I'm just going to say this. Yeah, everybody, I don't want to make light of anything. We've been having fun tonight, so I don't want to get overly serious. But again, remember, this is October. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Save the tatas. It doesn't matter if you're man, woman, whatever, everybody needs to be checked because breast cancer is...
Especially you ladies, because we know you ladies like to look right. And we men sure do appreciate it.
Yeah, but breast cancer is, women can get it, men can get it. It's not a respecter of persons. Just like cancer itself is not, as we talked about earlier. Also, please continue to pray, if you pray, for everybody that has been affected by the hurricanes and other natural disasters. People from Florida to East Georgia, to South Carolina, Western North Carolina, East Tennessee, Ohio, Virginia and West Virginia. Everybody that's been affected by the storms up into Indiana and up through Illinois. I believe they've had some storm damages, whether it be tornadoes, high winds, rain, whatever. Also, please keep the people of Wyoming in your prayers. There have been hundreds of thousands. Well, I know there's been tens of thousands of acres. I know well over 70-something thousand acres of land up there that have burned in wildfires, closing in on the 100-something thousand mark, if it hasn't already hit it. So please keep all those people in Wyoming in your prayers as well. Also, kitty cat's got the sneezes. Keep our friends and families that are at Pinecone Fest this weekend in your prayers, that they have safe travel and mercies going home. And also know that I think they said that there's supposed to be another tornado coming in around the 18th. Not tornado, but a hurricane coming in around the 18th. And right now they're predicting it following the same path as Helene did. But, we never know. Only God knows, because God is the master of the seas and the master of the storms. And
yeah, he squashed Milton.
He squashed Milton. That's right. Everybody was praying. They projected it was going to hit at a Cat 4, Cat 5 when it hit land. And it was somewhere between, I think I said, depending on the area you're in, it was either at a 1, 2, or 3. So, God took care of that.
When it hit, it died.
Yeah. Now, there are still some areas that were hit. The one they showed us that I saw, that it said that, when it hit land at that particular spot, the eye wall broke apart and died. There were still areas that got hit by the Cat 2 winds, Cat 3 winds. But yeah, God can do all things. We just got to keep everybody in our prayers. But just want to get that out there before the end of the night. Again, 3 questions left, true or false. And let me check comments really quickly. Prayers for everyone. Yes. Melinda said, bless you, kitty. Darla, that's okay. She's taking the bath now. That's right, Ms. Lori. She don't hold it in. She sneezes all the time. Her mama did the same thing. They have allergies, and there's really nothing we can do about it. It's she inherited it from her mama.
I think it's largely the type of cat they are.
Yeah. Okay. Question number 13. Again, true or false? Roquefort cheese is made from goat's milk. True or false? So Roquefort cheese is made from goat's milk. True or false? Yes, she did. She fought it for years, a lot of years.
Suzanne.
Yeah. Yeah. Miss Lori said true. Josie said true. Mama Bear says true. Yeah, Mama Linda, they pretty much have to. If you go singly, anything could happen. Mama Linda says true. Melinda said no, false, and it's nasty. Jojo says false. Okay. Give it another minute on that. And while we're waiting, I'll go ahead and remind everybody Piggy will be going live tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Piggy's Piddles for the Piggy Way. And then I'm thinking Dale will be going live tomorrow night. He may or may not. I don't know since he is at Pinecone Fest. I don't know if they'll be on their way home or what's going on with that. I know he normally goes live at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Avid usually goes live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central. So I will just say I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow night. Likely be on the road. That's what I was thinking. Okay, so Roquefort cheese is made from goat's milk. True or false? It is false. It is made from ewe's milk. So it's made from sheep, not goat. Big difference. Okay. Question number 14. A wonton is a type of Chinese dumpling. True or false? The look on Piggy's face, who's sitting there contemplating, is it or isn't it? Lori said can be true. Mama Bear says true. Melinda says false. Linda says true. Lori said it's an egg roll wrapper too. Well, a true wonton wrapper is smaller than an egg roll wrapper. An egg roll wrapper tends to be 5x6 or 6x6 versus a wonton wrapper, which is usually 2x3, unless you're making a very small egg roll.
It had to be very small.
Mm-hmm. Jetro says false. And Josie said repeat. Okay. A wonton is a type of Chinese dumpling. True or false? Melinda said false. Wontons are fried. Dumplings are steamed and then sauteed. Josie said true. Okay. No, just wontons, Lori, not wonton wrapper, just wontons. Hey, a wonton is a type of Chinese dumpling. The answer is true. Not all wontons are fried. There are some that are steamed, and there are some that are boiled and then sauteed or fried. So yes, it is a type of dumpling. Yeah, I cook enough Chinese food here at home because of the MSG when I eat out that I learned the difference between the wonton wrappers and the egg roll wrappers and the wontons and the other things because I really, really, really love Chinese food and I really, really like to learn how to cook it all.
Well, I said, what?
Yep. Not all wontons are fried. You ever heard of wonton soup? That is the pork stuffed wonton that is boiled in the water, and they do make dumplings out of the wonton wrappers. Yes. I watch a lot of Chinese cooking. A lot of Chinese cooking. Because I really want to know how to make Chinese food. I love it.
And more frequently, when she gets to want Chinese, she cooks it here.
Yeah.
And it is good.
Last question of the night. Then said I made 250 of those one night with her son. Okay. Yeah, Chinese food is so good. Last question. Wasabi is also known as Japanese horseradish. True or false? Yeah, you can, Melinda. But then it don't taste as good.
Well, Lori, I think she's got a couple of videos doing Chinese on here. I don't remember what all, but our trading home. Well, howdy.
Hi, Nancy. Welcome in. Again, last question, number 15, true or false? Wasabi is also known as Japanese horseradish. True or false? Lori said it's mustard. Mama Bear says, I think you said false. I'm not sure, Mama Bear. Ms. Linda said true. Jethro says true. It is easy to make, Nancy. It really is. And so is egg drop soup and hot and sour soup. I love them all. It is, I'm just big on the soups. And they have at a lot of Asian restaurants, not just Chinese restaurants, but just Asian restaurants, they have a ginger soup, just like a clear broth, made with ginger and stuff. Piggy loves that. Nancy said false. Linda said, okay. Give it another minute. True, the way it tastes, but oh, I do. I don't care pretty much where it comes from. Oriental, Asian cooking, whatever, because it's all, a lot of it's integrated. And Japanese food, Chinese food, love it all. I really do.
She made Chinese egg drop soup once here not that long ago. I just looked at her and I said, we ain't never got to go back to a Chinese restaurant.
All right. Wasabi is also known as Japanese horseradish. The answer is true. True wasabi. Now, I'm not saying what you get in America today, unless you're going to a high-end Asian restaurant. But if you go to a Japanese restaurant and you get wasabi with your food, it is Japanese horseradish. What you get here in the United States tends to be green food coloring with American horseradish. I mean, that's basically what it is.
True wasabi will light you up.
Yes. And Chinese mustard will light you up.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Wasabi and Chinese mustard are two totally different things, but they pack some.
We went to a place once. She'd gotten Chinese mustard to go with some of that stuff. And I was like, what is that? She said, that Chinese mustard. I said, oh, that sounds good. She goes, it's hot. I said, it's mustard. So I tried me a little bit of it. I got it in my mouth, and I felt like a firefighter experiencing a backdraft inside my nose. But it just drilled, it was like it drilled a fire straight up my nostrils in a backdraft. Woo!
The way his eyes bulged and his nose flared, I thought he was a Chinese dragon getting ready to breathe fire.
I thought I was.
So that's right. Allie needs to open her own Chinese restaurant. Yeah, if I ever opened a restaurant, it would be a meat plus two or meat plus three. Uh, Basic down home cooking, because that's what I'm best at. I am best at down home cooking. Um, I told Piggy, I said, if I ever had, if I ever had the energy and the gumption to want to open a restaurant, it would be serving from about 5 in the morning until about 3 in the afternoon. I would not want anything later than 3 in the afternoon. I would serve breakfast and I would serve lunch. And the lunch,
She could start out just doing biscuits.
yeah, I would do like I said, a meat plus two, meat plus one, or even a full veggie plate, and let it go at that. I've seen that concept work in so many regards. There was one when I lived in Kentucky. It's not there any longer, but it was a staple there for a long time. It was called Skinheads. And the reason it was called Skinheads is because the man that owned it was bald headed. That there's nothing about white supremacy or anything like that. It was simply because he was bald headed. He had a great idea. He was open Monday through Saturday. He was closed on Sundays, and he had a sign on the door. He said closed on Sunday, so our staff can spend time with their family and observe, and go to church. And I thought that was really, a good thing right there. But that's for me what I would do if I ever opened a restaurant. But the way things are today, the regulations and rules you have to go through just to try to open a restaurant or keep one open, you forget it. I ain't doing it. I just soon serve my friends and family and let it go.
Serve cocktails. I have experience.
Oh, wait. Linda says she likes pickled ginger. It is good. It's like a. Well, y'all, it is almost 9 o'clock. I've got to get my video done for Monday. And it's going to be a dessert. So Piggy and I are going to be eating dessert here in a little bit. So I thank y'all for joining us. I hope y'all had as great a time this evening as I did. And I hope to see you back here next Saturday night for more trivia. And don't forget, I have videos coming up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And Monday, good Lord willing, is going to be the signature dish for this month. And it is going to be for Ginger at Not For Nothing Homestead. Blue line. Yeah. Yeah, there used to be blue laws. I remember that. I do. So we're going to say good night to everybody. Hope y'all have a great weekend. We love y'all. And take care. Bye, y'all.